Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is Gamester81. I'm going to show you another one of my holy grails of systems in my collection. Let me know if you guys have heard of this before. This is an obscure, very obscure system. It's called the Funtech A'Can, released in 1995 by company Funtech. It was only released in Taiwan, sold miserably in Taiwan. I've read a number of sites, or I've heard rather as well, that there's only about 5 of these systems in the States that people own, so that's kind of interesting. So it's a very hard system to find. I'm pretty excited to have it. Now, if this system looks familiar to you, as is just the case, check this out. You'll probably recognize it as the Super Nintendo, right? I mean, you got your power, your eject, your select, or your reset. You got your your control ports. It's interesting. So clearly, Funtech got their inspiration by the look from the Super Nintendo. Now, it will not play Super Nintendo games. It will not play Super Famicom games. It's its own system by itself. It's a 16-bit system. You got your AV outs, your power supply. Now, this will work on U.s.Tvs. I've played a number of times, and it works great. I will do a video review on it later. And this particular game in here is, to my understanding, is some kind of board game. African Safari board game. I think it's like Monopoly. It's all in Chinese, so I don't understand what it's saying, but graphically I can tell you it's a little bit better than the Super Nintendo. It's better than the Sega Genesis. It's got 2 CPU chips, 16-bit. It has a 16-bit Motorola 68000, which is also the driving core used in the Sega Genesis and the NES, or no, I'm sorry, and the Neo Geo AES rather. It's also got an 8-bit Motorola 6502, which is it's actually originally debuted in the NES. So it's a pretty powerful system. Now here's what the controllers look like. You got your bumpers, you've got your A, B, X, Y, directional pad, your start select. Again, I'm going to compare it to the Super Nintendo controller, and as you can see, it's a very similar design. It's almost like the color is almost like the Super Famicom controller, doesn't it? Kind of interesting how they ripped it off. Now there are only 11 games released for the system, and the games are equally as hard to find as a system, and they were in very colorful boxes. Funtech lost a ton of money on this system. They released it in '95, so they were competing against the PlayStation 1, Sega Saturn. So why would you buy a 16-bit system if you can get a 32-bit system a lot better and for pretty much the same price that this was selling for? So, guys, to let you know, I have a list of video game systems that I own on the side of this of the site. So, if you see one that you'd like to see reviewed, let me know. I'm not bullshitting with you guys. I do own those. So, let me know if you would like me to review it, and I will promise to get to them eventually. I got a laundry list of ones I got to take care of now, but I promise I'll get to it. Thank you for watching, and I will be sure to post a video on how the gameplay of the system in a little bit. So appreciate you watching, and take care, YouTube. Thank you.